part of this presentation, we will talk about commercial departments. Commercial has obviously undergone huge transformation in 2020, accelerating the adoption of digital transformation. The world changed almost overnight as we all embrace digital revolution and new ways of working. OKRA is here to ensure your company will keep the benefits and avoid the pitfalls of the new, rapidly evolving normal, making sure you are ready for the post-pandemic business realities of customer engagement.
With such an uncertain future, it's right that Pharma is looking towards genuine AI firepower to support analytics and engagement strategies. The times we live in were considered uncertain long before the pandemic changed reality beyond all recognition. What we think we know is under continual challenge, and in this ever-evolving landscape, knowing how to really put the healthcare practitioner at the centre has always been the primary focus at OKRA. Theoretically, next best action makes a huge amount of sense. The computer maps the landscape, tells the sales rep where to go next. However, imagine that you had a boss who told you what to do, where to go, when to do it, based on arbitrary rules. You would soon hate it. So instead of just rushing headlong into using artificial intelligence to tell you what to do, let's take a behavioral approach. OKRA exists to create real change within life sciences, and we do this by working better business models and not just providing short-term shortcuts. OKRA has digitized the interaction between pharma, its healthcare providers, and the patient through this familiar approach, guiding commercial teams, reps, managers to where the opportunity is highest, where the need is greatest, in order to drive and enable informed decision-making. OKRA's system uses the very best of intelligence fused with explainability to provide balance and to empower rather than disempower the user. Transparency and explainability are critical. The more you're asked to change your behavior, the less you might trust the system rather than the other way around. In the same way that if your sat-nav gives you a strange route to your destination, your first inclination is to not trust it. And done more than once, definitely a reticence and resistance will build up. So at OKRA, we've introduced what we call a glass box promise to ensure that every recommendation, every prediction, every suggestion is fully transparent and understandable with the ability to be scrutinized. So that's how we help companies identify their priority targets and opportunities and support the dynamic omni-channel strategy. But how do we make sure the engagement itself is enhanced? Especially since the pandemic began, engagement opportunities, both physical and virtual, have become more difficult to secure, plan and implement. And therefore the need to maximize that engagement opportunity is absolutely imperative in the new world. I will now hand over to Jan, our Head of Engineering, to provide more detail around the Commercial AI Suite.
Thank you, Raz. Convincing sales and marketing professionals who are subject experts of the usefulness of a tool doesn't just require the most intelligent system, it also requires supporting evidence, highlighting all the necessary information that demonstrates why one account was prioritized over another. The OKRA.ai engine and platform were built with this in mind. Let's start with market focus, which is designed to understand anything that might affect how customer opportunities come into focus for a commercial team. The promise of market focus is to fully comprehend all events in a region that can affect product sales and enables you to drill down all the way to the root cause. The system then proceeds to give recommendations on how to act in order for available resources to be allocated. The events that market focus examines are all the complex factors that lie hidden behind the what sells conundrum that every commercial team is looking to solve. For example, the gain or loss of a competitor's market share, fluctuations in adherence or formulary status, the opening of a new hospital in your area or anywhere nearby. These events might seem minor or unrelated, but were captured by market focus. Notifications about potential areas of interest are available at various aggregation levels, for example by country, territory, BRIC or locally. And market focus allows you to traverse that hierarchy to look for the reasons behind the events that you're interested in. Let's go one level deeper and see how we can help reps. Field Focus is our product designed to cover the demands of field teams by helping prioritize accounts. Field Focus puts the power of the best AI that OKRA offers into determining the optimal target and messaging channels that the team should aim for. One of the Field Focus most useful features is that it's highly dynamic, continually updating itself in real time, matching the intensity and fast-paced style of account management roles. Field Focus achieves this by understanding projected and realized sales, determining the opportunity that can be discovered within existing accounts. It also analyzes the historic and competitor activity to determine the urgency to visit a particular account. Finally, it brings together opportunity and urgency to accurately define the overall account priority and guide rep activity, maximizing the results for the entire team. As Rassi mentioned before, with Field Focus, teams are not just presented with recommendations to be used blindly, instead they are equipped with a variety of tools, helping them plan their approach, empowering them in their search for opportunity. That could mean flagging recommendations and putting together a call plan, or it could mean looking at availability and sharing that with colleagues. Our mission is to help great entrepreneurs and free field teams from functioning like robots. With Field Focus's recommendations, your team's business creativity will flourish and you will soon leave behind the grey days of business as usual. So, how does this work in practice? Once we have established which accounts to go for, we can inspect some of the details of that account. We want to know more about the current and projected sales from that account, giving us a deep understanding of what has worked in the past. To this picture, we add information around disease prevalence and other indicators relating to the patient population, so that we have relevant content for the HCP that covers all the complex factors that determine the potential of this particular account. Next steps and action guidance flow naturally as a result of building this understanding and deep insights. You can now see that we furnish the rep with information that they would not be able to obtain easily on their own. And more than just offering an abundance of information, it's also tailored to the targets of every account. Precise, accurate and tailored information are the game-changing features of Field Focus that will transform your team's behavior. Attention, time and in general valuable resources are now no longer used for accounts that are simply the most familiar or comfortable for a rep, but put towards those that can yield the most value. Another benefit of using Field Focus is that it also uncovers accounts that were previously not considered at all, but actually carry a lot of promise and potential. Once you become a part of the OKRA experience, you will soon wish to maximize on the newfound potential. MarketSphere takes this to the next level of OKRA's accurate forecasting with the power of a data query and visualization tool that contains all the measurements and predictions that power field and market focus. MarketSphere gives an enhanced level of detail and spans a longer time range than Field Focus, making it the perfect tool for exploratory data analysis. This additional information drives understanding of the specifics of a location, which helps to understand why Field Focus recommendations were made and how market notifications are generated. This tool can show, for example, the realized and predicted sales, along with measurements relevant to the disease area, giving context to the account and additional insights. As a result, marketing and account management can work closely together. With MarketSphere, you will fully understand how all data gets combined and keeping the thread of understanding at the forefront, and giving you the explainability that's typical to OKRA. With MarketSphere, you can really take a look at the bigger picture and see change coming, allowing you to prepare accordingly. Combined, these three tools are revolutionizing the healthcare industry. So, how can we deliver this at speed? Jeroen will tell you more about how we scale our commercial AI solutions.
Demonstrations and small-scale proof of concepts are a good start, but they are not going to have a demonstrable impact on your business. We have found that the key to successful adoption of AI is twofold. First, a quick rollout from start to MVP, used by actual sales teams. Secondly, ensuring that it is easy to go from that MVP to large-scale deployment. That is why we have put a lot of focus on shortening the time to having a first live system from an industry average of 4 months to 8 weeks. We have streamlined the process of rolling out to new clients. This includes onboarding and integrating your own data in the OKRA.ai engine. We are now able to roll out our system into major markets with minimal maintenance effort, the equivalent of half a day per month versus 1 week per month for traditional solutions. Time is money, and at OKRA we recognize this. To improve the quality of our AI engine, we integrate additional data sources and listen to user feedback. Because of our data-first approach, we can easily track the uplift and adherence on how decision-making is being empowered and behavior changing. OKRA is cloud native, and we have a unique architecture that enables rapid scalability from the start, not limited by procuring and maintaining our own hardware. With a modular approach, we can update and scale individual components of our solutions independently. This keeps our commercial suite solutions performant with increased usage and allows us to roll out new features and address security issues very effectively with almost zero downtime.
Thank you, Jeroen. It's very clear the positive impact OKRA is having on commercial teams in pharma. With our commercial suite, we have helped multiple clients across varied therapeutic areas such as oncology, multiple sclerosis, CV, immunology, and even diabetes. And one concrete example is when we've supported a customer to bring together multiple complex data sources to dynamically surface opportunities, which has led to a sales uplift of over 9 million per year in additional revenue opportunities. The user adoption of our commercial AI suite has been exponential. After 3 months, 71% of all engagements across our clients' users followed the highest opportunity, ensuring that resources could be deployed exactly where there is a need. And during COVID, for example, when patients had been piling up on hospital waiting lists or not even seeking treatment, we've been able to score the opportunity and priority of accounts dynamically, highlight to our customers when an increase in sales, for example, was due to hospitals stockpiling medication and not the initiation of new patients, and therefore empowering our clients to engage very differently based on HCP needs due to the amount of data and the variety of data we're now able to digest.
To use our commercial suite of products, we only need to connect our AI brain to your CRM and third-party sales data. Scalability and automation in the new post-pandemic age is data-driven and requires no brand plan or intellectual property from your own internal teams. As our pipeline is 80% automated, and we only have to customize the connection to your own data, which only requires 20% of our effort to build your commercial digital brain. That is 4 weeks to get you ready for the 4.0 post-COVID world. 2020 saw OKRA achieve phenomenal growth. We are now working with multiple pharmaceutical companies and brands across our suite of commercial AI solutions. We have empowered clients to build their commercial AI brain to help navigate the re-entry of sales and marketing teams post-COVID. We have supported others with new hybrid engagement models with evidence-based omni-channel recommendations and much more. We've secured agreements with leading organizations across oncology, immunology, MS, diabetes, and cardiovascular, to name just few. This is not slowing down as we extend our global reach across Europe, Asia, and the Middle East. It is no longer enough to build a human workforce without an AI brain that learns from all the successes and experiences in the past and helps your team to navigate the uncertain world of today.